Hello guys, I'm Ansel. Welcome back here. Because today we're going to talk about the course of Brimstone number 3. So this is one of the new age comic books. These comic books that are supposedly coming out of metal, although only like two of them actually have a connection to it. This one so far I think is the one with the least connection because so far I have no idea what this have to do with anything that happened in metal. However, even though the start has been a little weak, I consider this to be actually a good comic book. And this start, I consider it to be actually pretty good. And I was having some doubts on the last issue, number 2, but number 3 actually made me be sure about it. I can recommend at least these 3 issues for you to get a taste of this brimstone thingy and see if you like it or not. In my case, I do like it. The art, I find the art for this particular kind of a story gorgeous. I like it. I think it is very interesting. And this time, in regards to the story, we get a few more details of what the hell is going on. We know that there is this being. We still don't know. I think that we don't know its name yet. And we don't know exactly for whom they work, because we at least know that they work. He or it or she or whatever that is works for someone. That and this someone sounds like some kind of gentry. So if this has some connection to multiversity, I'm gonna be all over the place in excitement. But I don't think it will be that good. But it really does sound like gentrification because they have hired this guy to work as a devil, making deals with people, giving them powers, using them as tools to destroy places so that later this organization can I don't know turn them into tourism places or into residential locations. So it's basically gentrification. But we still don't know why. But I find the concept really interesting. We know a little more about the rules. We know that the person that accepts the deal has to serve and is like compelled to 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 provoke the tragedy that we later on help with the gentrification stuff. We also find out that the particular transformation and powers that the people get has to do with their own personal issues and their own personal problems and their own personal desires. In this case, our protagonist had a burning desire to leave his house and a burning desire to leave all of that behind and burn its memory. What do you say that his power set is fire? That's why we have this Brimstone protagonist. But I have to say that even though he is the protagonist and he is the one with the powers and he is the one that basically has made a deal with the devil, the character that mostly stands out in here and the character that mostly get things done and that I really enjoyed and that I really loved is his sister. His sister, even though she is a normal person, and with that I mean that she has no powers, at least not now. I don't know if something will happen. She gets opportunity in here somewhere, but she remains a normal person. And but being a normal person, she has done so much more than our protagonist. So they make like a combo, and I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting for the lead of this comic book to be a pair of siblings. And I liked it that in this case the guy is the one that is just being a tool basically for the story. He is the one with the powers, and he's the one with has made the mistakes. But his sister is the one that will, let's say, administer this whole situation for their own benefit, for them to get justice and to stop all these shenanigans from happening ever again. Another interesting thing that happened is by at the end was kind of surprise-ish. I mean, you might have seen it coming, but the way it was implemented caught me by surprise nonetheless, and it really got to me. Maybe in my case, it hit a little close to home, but I'm just gonna say that I was moved to tears. It was heart touching for me, and that's always that always gains a few points on my book, so that was interesting. So you might even say, as I have commented up on other videos, that the ending of this issue could be cliche, but as one of the characters say in a page, sometimes the classics work, and in here, this classic kind of a storyline worked. At least for me, it worked. So yeah, I it's a nice start for this comic book. I was having doubts. It started strong. Second issue was not that strong, but this one has really cemented this story enough for me to want to see more of it, to see where they take it. So I hope that it keeps being as good as this one was. So it can last for at least 12 issues. Because these new age comic books, I'm not sure that they are going to hold the line enough to remain here for 20, 30 issues as other ones do. But if that happens, hey, I'm gonna be happy. I mean, I'm not against it. I actually hope that it happens in some way. So yeah, that this was very interesting. I'm gonna have to give it three burning rocks and a half. It was good. It was good. It was a good issue, solid issue, and I'm interested for what's coming next. So, what do you think so far of the course of Brimstone? Brimstone, who's Tom? Of Brimstone. I hope you are liking it, but if you do or if you don't, please tell me. Tell me why or tell me why not down below. And click the like button if you like big, strong sisters. Because that kind of characters, at least for me, they are always very nice. So click the like button, please. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thank you guys a lot, very much, for watching.